Hey everybody, this is Super Galactic, and I'd like to welcome y'all to my YouTube channel. And what I want to talk about is, how do I be a human? How do I be a decent human being and get out here and do the right thing? Forget who is God. Forget what religion you belong to, what political affiliation you belong to. Forget all that. Put all that aside, because that means absolutely nothing. Stop using that as a crutch so you can use it to define yourself. Because that's really what you're doing. That's really why you use religion and politics. Because you're using it as a crutch to define yourself. Because you think if you can use that to define yourself, that gives your life meaning, that gives you belonging. But all it is a crutch that you hold on to because you want these institutions, these systems to define who you truly are. And that doesn't define you. You don't have to wear a mask, and you don't have to get out here and perform in front of everybody and just trying to be something that you know deep down you're not. You got to be real and authentic and take off the mask. Just be real with people. I like that video that Wayne Steiger did today when he first started his live video, and he was talking about hallway sex. And he said that pretty much hallway sex is like, okay, I see you, fuck you. But the thing is, who the fuck are you? Who the fuck am I? I hate to be so blunt with all the foul language, but who are you as a human being? Has anybody ever sit down long enough and teach you how to really be a human being? Let's be real with people. Like I said, let's take off the mask. Let's stop trying to perform in front of people and pretend to be something. I mean, right now, I'm not Super Galactic. I'm Paul Bruce. I'm the real deal. I'm just somebody being upfront and real with you. Let's take off the Super Galactic mask. All the superhero personas that a lot of these YouTubers are doing. This is the real Paul Bruce Jr. talking to you. Who are you? Why do you think you have the authority to point fingers at me? You can't live my life. You don't know my life experience. You have no clue. Only person that knows my life is me and my closest family. And even my closest family can't walk in my shoes. They don't know how I think, and they don't know the pain that I feel. They only see it with their eyes, but they don't feel it. They try to understand it, but they don't feel it. Just like I don't feel the pain and struggles they go through, because I would never be able to know that. Only they would know that. So I mean, who are you? Can you honestly sit there and say, well, I don't do what so-and-so does. I think I'm a better person than so-and-so. Can you really say that? Are you really in a position to say that? Are you in a position to be all judgmental and start pointing fingers and say, I don't do what so-and-so does? Are you really in a position to do that? Because I don't think nobody is. The only person that can judge me is me, myself. And that's it. And the thing is, people are their own worst critic. And I also like when Wayne said, be kind to your soul. That's the reason why a lot of these suicidal stuff are happening. Because these people are hard on themselves. And they believe self-harm will be the only solution. I'm here to tell you that's not the solution. Don't let people define who you are or how much you're worth. They're not in a position to do that, because deep down they know they're not perfect either. They know they got flaws. So they can't go out here shooting their venoms out of their mouth and sinking into people's veins and just poisoning their mind and corrupting them, and which leads into self-harm. You can't let that type of venom get into you like that. You got to fight against that kind of stuff. And that's the kind of stuff we as humans have to confront every day. People say some of the meanest and nastiest things, and they wonder why society is the way it is. And that's not me being judgmental. That's just me trying to tell people you've got no right pointing your fingers at me or being judgmental at me or anybody. And we need to stop being our own worst critic and be kind to our own soul, and love ourselves. Because if you don't love yourself, how are you going to love other people when you've never been used to loving yourself? You first got to look yourself in the mirror and say, I love you very deeply and I want the best for you. When you start talking to yourself like that, that's going to start encouraging you. It's going to make you become a better person. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to look square in the mirror and say to yourself, you are better than this. And you can become a better person of yourself. If people start talking to themselves in the mirror like that, the way they think, the way they act, the way they talk, you will see a big change. That's one thing I've learned in my 40s. I've learned I don't care if somebody's a drunk, a drug addict. I'm going to still call them my friend. Now, I know Christians will say, well, if people are doing things like that, you shouldn't have fellowship with them. I disagree. I disagree with that. Because you got to understand, people's got struggles. And I do got friends that do struggle with that. But I'm not going to abandon them like that. I'm sorry, but I don't do that. I don't abandon people that's got a problem. Yes, I try to encourage them. I try to tell them they can be better than that. But as far as pointing fingers at them and telling them that I don't want to be their friend unless they give up their bad habits, no, I don't abandon people like that. You got to show these people love. You got to show these people compassion. You got to show them that they can be a better version of themselves, because a lot of these people don't see it within themselves. And you got to get them to see that. For some it works, for some it don't. But you can't have the attitude, well, they'll never get it. At some point in time, they eventually will. Because I'm going to tell you, they might not tell you this, but they value your friendship. And usually, when you see there's not a change taking place and you start distancing yourself from them, but you love them from the distance, like still communicating with them on the telephone or online, they'll get to the point where they'll want you around. They'll want to be in your presence. Because they know you were the cat that was there for them. You were the cat that was encouraging them. You wasn't the cat that was putting them down, pointing fingers at them and being judgmental. You were the cat that was always telling them, hey, I love you. I know you can be a better person. I don't care what the naysayers say about you. I believe in you. They're going to remember you were the one there for them. And when you start distancing yourself physically from them, but you still talk to them on the telephone or online, they're going to want your presence around them again. And that's usually where they start making a change in their life, because they're going to realize they need you around. They need to be in your presence, because you're the life of the party. You bring life into them. And they gonna want to be in your presence. They gonna see that light and they gonna want to be around that light. They're not gonna want to live in darkness. They're gonna want to be around your light. They're gonna want to feel your light. They're gonna want to be around your presence. Because they know when they're around your presence, they have protection. They know they're safe. They know they ain't got to worry about the voices in their head telling them to do self-harm, self-destruct, dead behaviors. They know when they're in your presence, you're going to be there for them and you're going to protect them. They're going to know that, and that's something they're going to start valuing. So who are you? Who are you as a human? I know that scares people, but really ask yourself when you're looking at yourself in the mirror, who am I as a human being? As scary as that may be, that's a question you're going to have to confront. You're going to have to be brave enough to confront those questions and really ask yourself, who am I as a human being? If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Leave a comment in the comment section below and tell me what you think. Please hit the bell so you'll be notified whenever I make another video. And y'all please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And all of y'all have a good one and take care.